Good afternoon. I am Rockler, and welcome back to Rimworld. Today, we start off after the big battle between Gwen Tam and this person over here, Neville Rojas, who is unfortunately still lying here. And then Bowman, what's he busy with? Getting steel. Okay. So there was some random steel up here, close to the top insect nest. And how's this mining? I want to see why he's rather hauling than mining. Put the hauling on 2. I want him rather to be mining rather than hauling. %38 quality, 10. Good, it's good. And let's see for the second gunshot, 31% quality. That's good because I don't think she actually used any. Yeah, we don't have any herbal medicine, so she just used her hands to blow the bullet wound shut. Very good 10 for having no medicine. Bowman. He brought some steel to the solar heat. But he's asleep. I think in this episode we can get this house or this room finished over here. Just once again take blueprint. Room that we had. There we go. There we go. I saw Gwen did something. Got some food. Maybe she just wanted to go for a walk, but she's back in bed. And hopefully she's going to heal nicely. So yeah, you can see here she had the nice normal medicine, so that put her up to 80%. So it gave her about like plus 50% tend quality, which is quite a lot. And it's on 77%. She's definitely going to recover when he's awake. Now she's feeding Campbell. Even though she herself is injured, her first priority is look after our coma patient. And she's back to bed. And up again. Okay. And up again. I think it's probably because her rest isn't 100%, so I thought it might be because her rest kept eating 100%, but no, it's at 80%. But everybody's up. Bowman taking a nice cold bath, since we don't have the solar heaters yet. And getting us some nice wood. Oh no, poor loser bureaucrat died. Poor Neville died. Such a shame. Tam? Okay, let me get a grave built so that we can actually bury Neville so that he doesn't give us negative points and that he's just buried. Thinking maybe up here. Next to that tree. This is done here. I'll tell him to prioritize working on the grave. Oh, Gwen. What's Gwen? Gwen is resting. Good. Until she's healed. Rebuffed by Tam. Darkness. Good. We just get the research bench built. Going to be a bit cramped in a room for the moment, but still we have the space built. I think we can research inside our own room. And sooner rather than later, Gwen can start researching so we can get batteries for our settlement. Yeah, batteries. It's going to take long. It's only 400. And then since Gwen is probably going to be researching in here, I think we should give her a light that she can work with. It should be under furniture. And a wall light, which is from one of the mods, which allows you to actually place lights on a wall. Because in the vanilla Rimworld, it's just have these standing lamps. It means they take up a spot, which let's just put a light in here. Then we just have to connect it up with power cables. we go. Let me just get Tam to prioritize burying. User bureaucrat. There we go. And our very first grave in Rimworld. Just very lucky that it was in one of our own colonists. And Penelope is fully healed. Yay! Well done. Where did this... I think its scar was there. There is no permanent damage done to Penelope. Wonderful. And Gwen is finally fully healed as well. Let's make this Bowman resting. Since technically Tam gave up her room over here to her sister Campbell. Then we Bowman. Yes, I. And hopefully tomorrow Bowman will start excavating. When it's probably going to be running around the entire night calling things on Penelope. Probably tell them to use all these urgently. I know we're low food. Seems Gwen is the first one up. A bath. Bowman going and using the latrine. And he's talking to Campbell, trying to cheer her up. Yeah, so Campbell technically just can't move. Maybe she came looking for her sister Tam and met the same fate as us and was shot down before reaching the planet. We should probably put the farming on here as well. So do farming more efficiently. We can start tilling the soil and fertilizing it as well. And here at the top here, these are mostly one-off research things, so a lot of props. Later we want to make our place look a bit better, making the rooms feel more lived in. Stuff like that. Otherwise, it's technically production, weapon production over here, clothing and armor production, smithing. Oh, nope, seemed I was too late for the solitary dame one. Should be a new quest popping up sooner rather than later. Ooh. Looks like Gwen and Tam is once again on a date. Looks like they're going to be dating every episode. Tam and Gwen chatted about savory foods. Gwen and Tam spoke about pets. Yes, Penelope. Penelope, our best pet. Where's Penelope? I have a feeling Bowman's riding Penelope. Yes, Bowman is. What are you going to do now? Cheering up Campbell. And how's the date going? Gwen said a word about brewers to Tam. Which one here will be the best? Probably cooking, so technically will be our brewer. It does look like there's a very high potential that they will get together at some point, which will be amazing because that will just technically mean they'll never have a mental break as long as they stay with their partner. And Gwen has started researching. Late into the night, it seems. Then we're going to have batteries that we can use to store the power generated by the wind turbine. At the moment, it's only powering a single light, so it only needs 10 watts. But later, they'll need a lot more power, so having the excess power stored on battery is good. And it seemed like Gwen and Bowman got food poisoning. Have time quickly before you go to bed, just cleaning dirt here in the cooking area. Make sure that doesn't happen again. Food poisoning isn't the end of the world. It just means that they're going to be moving slower and working slower. But it doesn't last. Probably be finished after. Probably go away after tomorrow. Visitors have arrived at Troplax from north. They're afraid to enter because no guest bed insects. Don't say from who the visitors are. I think once again we're just going to be sending them away since Penelope is trolling and guarding our base while we're all sleeping. Here we go. I'm having a bath and Berman is hauling some wood. Where are you hauling this? You're having our fertilizer compost bin rebuilt. Seems that after the compost turns into fertilizer, it destroys the entire bin. Luckily, it doesn't take a lot of wood, it only takes 2 pieces of wood. I'm fine with that. At least now we have some fertilizer for when we harvest the rice plants and when we finally researched farming tiles. And yep, Bowman just vomited all over our new Mega Slough wool tunic. Doesn't really affect it, and over our double action revolver. Well, that's due to the food poisoning. It's my fault. I should have made sure that they kept this area clean. Bowman is getting starvation. Ample, why are you starving? Why is nobody feeding her? Oh, all of our rice plants are ready to harvest. Check our work tab and see should be cutting plants. We have a recreation. We don't have anything for recreation. Do we? Put down a horseshoe and over here for them. Probably the easiest. And here we have our very first rice harvest. Which is going to take 40 days to spoil, so we should be able to turn it into meals before it starts to spoil. And that's probably a reason we should also get our batteries done so that we can start installing our coolers so that we can make ourselves a walk-in fridge to store all of our food. Chunks of spacecraft. I'm not going to say no to that. We can deconstruct that for more steel and components. And if we really need food, we do have a lot of wildlife walking around space, a lot of wild boars that we can hunt, and elephants if it's truly necessary. I want to try and keep our wild elephant population here very cute and very big and fluffy, and later on they make excellent pack animals. They can carry a lot of weight and they are very good at fighting because they have very big tusks compared to other pack animals. Wild boars, which we can then maybe slaughter for some food. What's Gwen doing currently? Gwen, can we maybe just... I know you're researching now. Get you to clean your room so that it's not an awful bedroom. It is starting to expire, which means that bedroom is no longer awful, I think. And rebuffed by Tam is only a -1. Good, Tam is having a lovely bath. I don't know why they all have bedpans. Could be using the toilet. Visitors did arrive while they were sleeping, but I sent them away. Bowman is up, but I think today I want Bowman to finally finish the mining, so I'm just going to take his construction and make it a lower priority so that he starts just mining the entire day. Maybe we can have this finished by end of today or maybe tomorrow. But just mining the rock itself is not doesn't take that long. It's when you're mining things like steel or compacted machinery that takes a while to mine because it's a bit harder than just normal rocks. Here we go. When he's researching. Campbell, are you feeling still happy? You're being looked after? Food is not being looked after. Gwen, please come and prioritize feeding, prioritize washing. There we go. Well done, Gwen. I know he's not going to construct it now, but that should help with research. It makes research a bit more effective. Penelope is just wandering today since nobody's running around. Well, Tam is running around, which is fine. We have enough food. Place. Here we have it. On the same note that we get our batteries finished, it seems that Campbell is feeling a little bit warm. She has heat strokes. Let me just see. Temperature. Okay, temperatures are very high at the moment. 39 degrees. I'll start looking at building some room coolers inside their rooms. But good news, we have batteries, which means now I'm just going to put passive coolers, but later I can actually put in some air conditioning units or coolers, their rooms. Let's just start constructing some of these coolers. Just all around the place. Gwen's room is becoming very full. Now, Bowman did clear a lot of the rocks today. And Penelope looks like she's around Gwen. Gwen should be looking after Campbell, but she's doing a very bad job. You go to bed, feed, and wash. I think this is the first time that we're seeing weather in the game. Starting to rain. Tam is awake. I think this should be making Bowman happy because he has ocean lover trait. So if he becomes wet, he should have a boost. Looking wet, 33 boost to his morale. So whenever Bowman feels down, we should just send him to go stand in the river for a few minutes, and it should cheer him right up. Pam's growing to 1 just to make sure she doesn't replant our fields as she goes along. Oh, now we have doors leading in here. I think I'm just going to move these tiles, the entrance, and we might put in walls around here. And just decided that after Bowman's finished with this, he's gonna start stone cutting. So install a stone cutter's table here in his bedroom with a nice wooden dining chair. Bowman compared Tam's nephew to an ibis. Bowman, why did you accidentally insult poor Tam? Yeah, they're still friends. Oh, okay. So Bowman is a hard worker while Tam is lazy. Apparently they have a social debuff of hard worker versus lazy. It's a good thing that I set Tam to growing, because it seems like she actually never planted this planted only one of the cabbage plants. And Tam is now replanting our rice fields. Means that we've already used all of our rice, but as soon as the corn plants are done, that should last us a very long time. Once again, let's just send them away. Gwen's having a bath. Tam. Go. What I think I'm going to do is just get my nice plans. I think I'm going to leave that corner open and then rooms come out like this. On the sides is 3 Then we can have 1, 2 on a side and a wall, and then 1, 2 on a side. This would be rooms, or rooms, and then I think we can maybe have a hallway leading up here so that we can expand into this area and down here when needed. So I think for now, let's just put down our roots like this. 4, and there we go. We can put beds here, and if they have a double bed, we can put it here so it stays sort of a symmetrical room. So for now, I just placed down fans. I'm not going to mine it out immediately since I just want him to start the main room here, which for now is going to be storage, but later it will turn into a entertainment room with all of the recreational things like poker tables and pool tables, everything fun like that, and as well as a big dining table in the center for everybody to sit around and eat when they want to. So probably be moving just this cherry wood table down into the cave. It looks like Bowman is up. A group of travelers are passing by. Wolf, Fry, and Lois Walls are just passing by. Means they're just going to be walking space here. Which, if you wanted to be a bandit colony, you can maybe decide to rob them for their gear if you really want. But they don't really have. Okay, he has 3 fine meals, which can be a good boost, and some black pants, and he has an auto pistol. So, yeah, if you really wanted to, you can decide to attack them, or maybe see if we can try and trade with them while they're walking. No, we can. Yeah, so just going to walk through. Oh, place really coming together. Now we have the 3 bedrooms over here. Really starting to feel quite homely. It looks like Bowman's going to finish our first cave opening. Right now, here we go. Since the rock cutting's going to happen here, let's put it all down here. Here we go. Now it's doing some construction. Let's get a battery built. Probably going to have to be a large battery. Now I think just placing it in here will be a good call. Build it over here and one over here. Cancel this one. Re-expand the zone. And we're just going to have to connect that power cable. Not going to be able to pull through there, so I think we should probably rather put the power cables going down here, through here. I'm just going to try and keep it in the walls and up there. There we go. And that should connect to the batteries. 2 large batteries might be a bit overdoing it. We'll replace these walls later then. A lot has happened actually yet. But we have set up a lot of things. See if we can order him to refuel this passive cooler. Here we go. This passive cooler has now been refilled and it should start to cool the room. So yeah, you can see the room's temperature is 25 degrees and dropping. The outside is 32 degrees. So pulled it down quite a lot. It should help with Campbell's heat stroke that she got. Luckily just at initial. Because once again, why is Gwen not looking after? Well, I took you off from doctoring. What are you doing now? Rather than just feeding yourself, start prioritizing feeding poor Campbell here. Has been very neglected this episode. I hope I set the settings right this time so that Gwen will keep looking after Campbell. I know I keep waking you, but you have to look after over here. And here we go. The self-reliant operations mech hive Juliet sent a new ship to land on the planet. Small ship often used for ground recon operation. If left operational. Okay. So they have set up the mechanoids have set up a base close by to us. Yeah, so just up the stream and down the road. See how far it is. We will definitely not be able to deal with them. 2.3 days of travel there, so that's about 5 days of travel there and back. So that might turn into one of our long-term goals, is to get the equipment, most preferably EMP-based weapons, so EMP grenades and EMP launchers, so that we can go and take out this frigate, because if left here for longer, sooner or later they're going to start sending mechanoid raids to our base. And mechanoids, unless you have EMP weapons, are not fun to deal with, because they cannot bleed. They're robots made out of metal. So hopefully sooner or later we'll be able to take care of them. I think that event is from the vanilla expanded mechanoids mod, which just gives the mechanoids a bit more of a active effect on the overall map and world. So later on there's probably going to be more and more ships landing, and every time they land there's a chance of them actually attacking us increases as well. Okay, it does look like Temple's finally getting all the attention she needs. Okay, so this was turned into smooth marble. This will be turned into smooth slate. Gwen is almost finished researching the farming tiles. Oh yeah, let me set up some builds for Bowman so that he can start making cutting blocks. So tell him to make any blocks do until you have about 1,000 stone blocks. Get them to start hauling all of these marble chunks out of this room. Cargo pods. Ooh. You have detected a cluster of cargo pods crashing nearby. Perhaps you'll find something useful in the wreckage. Cargo pods filled with weapons. Fortunately, it's not ranged weapons, but it is steel gladius and a wooden hatchet. Sam currently has a knife, so we can maybe get her to equip with a hatchet, and Bowman to equip this as a sidearm, just so that Bowman, if anything comes close, can switch over to his melee. Will be a lot more effective in close combat than just having his gun whack people with. So far, we've actually been very lucky in terms of amount of raids, since we've only had one raid so far. But definitely not gonna last for very long, so we should probably be looking at installing some barricades over here. Let's see what there is. Security over there. And we can maybe, I think as soon as we have some cut stones, then we can make barricades around this area and maybe make a full way for the enemies to enter in and funnel them into one position so that we always know from where they're going to attack. Seems Gwen is up. She's going to eat something. And there we go. She's eating Campbell. Seems that we're running out of food again, but these berry bushes keep regenerating over there, so once again tell to harvest these and harvest these down here as well. And then how far? Corn plants are at about halfway grown at 40%. And the heal root we should get, which is good. I think we've already harvested one of our heal roots. Which is good because then we won't be using our medicines. We can rather use the herbal medicine on less intense and save the real medicine for later. There's more gunshot wounds and stuff like that, which can cause problems like infection. And I was just saying that we are very lucky, but it looks like we are being raided once again by the Tuskar Coalition. And once again, it seems like it's only one person from Tuskar Coalition attacking us. And once again, he's coming immediately. But this time, we have Bowman right here, and we won't have to fight them with our two colonists that aren't really made for fighting. Okay, let's get everybody running towards their attack positions. Bowman, I want you to go stand there. It looks like he's going to be running around here. Which is good, which means he's going to be coming at us right from here. Which means we will be able to get a lot of shots off at him before he reaches us. Please hit. No, Bowman, go stand back. Campbell. Okay, Bowman, since you decided to drop your weapon, get you starting attacking. Okay, she has our raider, which is Goza Bascula, a female human, age 28. She's a drunken master, anxious, greedy, scavenger, and a framer. Does seem. There we go. First blood. Kill another pawn. Gwen got the kill shots. We didn't get that achievement previously because we didn't kill it. We just allowed him to die from the elements in a second. Let's see what damage there is. Okay, Bowman only got a bruise, and Sam got a crack, and her right eye crushed. Not good, and it's bleeding a bit. Okay, but hopefully we'll find a replacement eye for poor Tam, who lost her eye in only our second raid. Must really start getting our defenses set up so that it doesn't happen again. Anyway, before I forget, let's grave build over here. Brick and berry. What gear did he have? Only had cloth tribal wear. I'm not losing a lot from him dying immediately. Gonna be was already tended to. Probably put that up for you. Okay, so it doesn't look like her right eye was crushed completely, so it looks like it will be able to heal. That's good. We finally finished farming, which represent advanced farming techniques such as tillage, go beyond simple fertilization of soil. It allows soil to be plowed so that even naturally rich soil can be improved. It also allows topsoil to be laid over smooth stone so that farms can be created in inhospitable environments or inside of mountains. That is wonderful news for poor Tam here, who is an undergrounder. That means that we can maybe, in the next episode, start looking at moving our farm underground, which will mean a lot of mining for poor Bowman. Hopefully we can get helper at some point. Local Boomerlope has gone mad. It will attack everyone it sees. Okay, and it has its eyes on Tam. Let's get everybody except Campbell drafted. Move you over here, and let's get poor Tam drafted as well. Moving back. Don't want to get close to the Boomerlope, and you don't want him actually to be close to our base because they do explode upon death. It does make them very efficient. Let's get everybody running back a bit. And we got a shot off on him. And he was shot in the body by the bolt action rifle. And boom. There we go. That's why we don't want it to explode close to our base. Has set everything on fire. Let's get everybody undrafted. Make sure the home area is sufficiently expanded to make sure that they don't leave any fires burning that can spread and ruin our crops. So hopefully they get all of these fires before they burn our... Okay, it's already destroyed our wooden... Okay, both our wooden pumps were burnt, probably because they were wooden. And the Rimworld god seems to be favoring us. Chandra Classic sent some rain just to keep these fires under control. Let's replace what was lost. Under hygiene. And let's get Bowman to get on that. Should be okay. The only problem is that the toilet won't be working now because it doesn't have a proper plumbing connection. The pipe wasn't damaged. So we did lose a lot of our rice plants due to the fire. Which is sad because we really need the food. We should also maybe be looking at wildlife taming some Boomerlopes, since we can use them to get chem fuel, which is an excellent way of having consistent power. So the Boomerlope was definitely more of a threat to our colony than any of the raids have been, since the Boomerlope successfully destroyed our crops and both of our wind farms. We're going to be ending it here. In this episode, we were able to set up some solar heaters so they can actually have nice warm baths. And we have batteries and our grand entrance, hopefully soon to be mountain fortress. Thank you so much for watching, and till the next time. Goodbye.